Oh, it's you. Out late again, I see. What brings you here?
Trouble sleeping?
Is it that obvious? I despise being cooped up when sleep evades me. I just have to get some fresh air.
I couldn't sleep either.
So I see. Still, it's ill-advised to stay up so late. I should get some sleep too, but... Have you ever felt a sort of longing for the outdoors? I have. There are times I long for the warmth of the sun, for a sweet breeze on my face. Do you remember what I told you the other night? About my past? None of my siblings had a chance to lead the sort of life they deserved. An ordinary life.
Should I say I forgot? You asked me to forget.
Well, perhaps if I tell you more, it will come back to you.
What? I'm just
My
making a
siblings
joke.
and we were imprisoned underground, beneath the palace.
Oh, sorry.
The objective
It suddenly
was to
got
endow
really
our
heavy.
bodies with the power of a major crest. I have always possessed the Crest of Saros, inherited through the Hresvelg bloodline. But it was only a minor crest, and most of my siblings bore no crest at all. In order to create a peerless emperor to rule Fodlan, they violated our bodies by cutting open our very flesh.
Oh.
Now here I stand, the fruit of that endeavor, Edelgard von Hresvelg. But that came at too high a price. The others were sacrificed. Ours weren't the only lives devastated by that terrible process. Innocents died as well, without even knowing what they were dying for. And there you have it, the truth of the Hresvelg's empire.
Who is to blame?
The Prime Minister and his gaggle of nobles. They had the empire under their thumbs. My father, the Emperor, tried to stop him, but it was futile. My father was nothing but a puppet on a string by then. He was powerless to save us. I know how it all sounds, but when you see my true strength, you will know I speak the truth. I have kept it hidden all this time, but I will reveal to you the power of my second crest. It is the same as yours, the Crest of Flames. When it manifested for me, I swore a silent oath. For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence. For their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
I'm sorry, but Jesus fucking Christ.
As I believe you are already aware, Sedith's younger sister Flane has gone missing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You remember when that happened? That was crazy. It's Petra's birthday. I would love to host a tea party for her. This is our first tea party of the playthrough. You know what? How about
You
some
have my
mint?
thanks for giving me your spare time. I have gratitude.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. All right. Snip it.
It's needing sweetness.
Yes.
Yes.
I have absolutely no hopes for your future.
Yes.
How about the last battle? That was cool, right?
Inspirational.
Oh, wonderful. How about...
What?
Tell me about you.
Yes. The ocean is far from Garreg Mach. I am feeling a bit lonely at times.
I shall chat. What the fuck do you want? Tea parties are terribly designed because you have absolutely no idea what the answer could be half the time. I feel lonely. Alright, my response is to chat about you with that. Well, no, that would make me not feel lonely anymore. I have to say no to you. How about I find the person who made these and throw them into the dungeon? And in that dungeon, It's okay, I got over it. Hey everybody, welcome to September. Flame is gone. She's the better version of a small green-haired girl. You know why? Unlike you, Flame can afford shoes. Now then, we have business. And that business includes cleaning up some quests and then the world. Yeah, we got a few things we can pick up on. But that's just for that. I'll see you at class. And at class, we shall continue our improvement. Hey there, everybody. It's time for the lesson plan. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is double fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only 2 people here to teach. Now, allow me to explain what I've done. Number 1, I forgot to feed these fucking awful, awful children. Number 2, I just did 3 battles in a row because the next free day, there's no there's no instruction on the following Monday, which made it so that I would have to go all the way to another free day through a week. And I decided to do battles then. So I'm not going back. We're just making a little bit less progress this time. Don't worry about it. Hey, it's time to teach.
I will. I am quite.
All right. What do you think he can? What other class do you think will put him down? Make him like a flight one. Oh, that is certainly possible. Could make him like a Dark Knight or something toward the end. Maybe I'll do flight. Maybe. He'd need to... Nah, that needs axe and flying. How about this one? Land's axe and flying. Yeah, it's not. That's nothing I'm interested in. I guess I'll just make him a paladin. Well, that's gonna have to make him good at riding. We'll have to work on that. We're done. Sorry.
Question for you.
I believe that I'm starving to death. You also didn't teach me last month either. Take time to study the subject before teaching it.
Surprisingly reasonable.
You know, you've been studying me a lot. Could you teach me eventually?
Professor.
No. No, the answer is no. Axe and brawling to yeah, it works. Huh? Oh, it's Catherine's birthday. Here, have flowers.
It is done.
Good job. What a progressive day. Okay, everyone. Are you ready for what's next? See you at class. I'm gonna feed these children. Okay. Please, yes. I don't know why I was in suspense over something I just did, but apparently. I'm here to teach you. He's like, oh, you come crawling back. I'm like, yeah, I do. I do in fact come crawling back. It's so good to see you, young man. It's so good to see you. Let's teach you up. I'm gonna get him to A and then I'll focus on other stuff. He's like, that isn't very well rounded. I waited for this. I'm like, yeah, man. It's crazy what we push off until later.
My efforts were not.
Ah, yes. Push you to B+ on swords.
I work. You are.
Trying to say, what was the other thing that we're supposed to get better with on you? I think it was bow. Yeah, bow needs to be C rank.
You.
I was hoping for a perfect to really tie that into a nice little knot, but I'll take it. Good job! Good job again! Good job even more! You're really onto it. Whew! This bitch going in hard. Alright, let's get your horsiness to B, I guess. This leaves the choice between a couple here. Definitely want you to get stronger.
Tell. How long?
Yeah, let's just keep pushing him until he's B+ in reason. And lastly, you. You must advance your riding skills.
Teacher.
Focus on lance riding for axe and heavy. No, we already got that. Know your role. Troubles with love?
Professor, Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. Actually, could we talk for a bit? Somewhere a little more private? I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I find you a little difficult to be around. I know. I'm your student and you're just trying to watch out for me. But the way you look at me sometimes, it's like you're seeing right through me.
Seeing through you?
Don't worry. I know you don't mean anything bad by it. I'm just too self-conscious, I guess. The thing is, I don't have anything to call my own. No land, no birthright, no fortune. Little knowledge or battle skill. I think that's why I always clung to my popularity as a diva. Even after leaving the stage behind, I sort of kept up the act. When I look at you, it's like your eyes are accusing me. Telling me that you see right through it. That's what I mean when I say it's difficult being around you. Hey, this might be nuts, but maybe you could show me some kind of weakness of yours?
I have no weaknesses.
Oh, come on, Professor. Everyone has some kind of weakness. You know mine. If I know one of yours, maybe I'll feel less, I don't know, vulnerable.
Well, if it would really help.
Excellent. Well then, don't mind me. I bet I know your weakness. It's not mental, is it? It's physical. You're ticklish. Here, I'll prove it. That's right. The next time you gaze into my soul, I know just how I'll retaliate. Professor? What's with you? Why aren't you reacting to anything I'm doing? Come on. I thought that was funny. I swear, it's like your heart isn't even beating.
It's not. Oh, good. I have that as an option. It's not.
Don't be so silly. Huh? It really isn't beating? Is what I'd say if I were more gullible. You're just fooling around, Professor. I'm not sure how you did it, but that was a good one.
We've gotten closer. What have we learned about her? I don't know. She was popular or some shit. I guess.
Look, Professor, we did great!
Oh, I'm so proud, kids. Show me some beeps. No beeps at all. All right. I can't win them all, I guess. Questioning, is there any, like... Can I buy, like, materials yet? No, I think that's later. Later when you can actually, like, buy... You can, like, buy rocks to get, you know, so that you can much more easily obtain materials to use at the blacksmith. That's not something we can really do just yet. Could do, like, a seminar of some sort, maybe. Anybody want to learn some? I'd be happy to teach anybody the art of the sword right here. I'll do it right now. You three, listen. It was 1985 with the release of the.
I won't forget all I've learned.
Okay, I guess we're all done. Dorothea's birthday. I'll give you flowers.
Thank you so much.
I already hung out with you once. I don't need to necessarily do it again. We have ourselves a mission. Now, before we do the mission, KZ must enter hell.
We've come such a long way. After all, I was only 4 years old when we first met.
From your perfect memory, Lady Edelgard, I expect nothing short of the utmost precision. Do go on.
Please don't mock me with such frivolous praise. I can hardly recall that day.
Forgive me. I suppose I must have been 6 at the time. I have no recollection of it. My earliest memory of you is of when you were injured. I recall being scolded most sternly by my father. You are Lady Edelgard's servant, he said. You must protect her with your life.
I had no idea. But House Vestra has served House Fresfeld for generations. Given that, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Indeed. After that, I made certain to accompany you wherever you went. That is, until the incident.
Ah, when my uncle, Lord Arundel, defected to the kingdom and took me with him.
The sensation of loss that overcame me on that day defies all description. It was as horrific as if I'd lost all my limbs. I left the city in a mad rush to rescue you. My father sent soldiers to capture me. I fought them off for 3 days, but they did finally manage it. Of course, I was only 10. I never would have reached Ferdiad.
I've never heard that story before. So there are things you've never told me.
It wasn't important.
That's beside the point. I wish to know these things. If there's anything else you're keeping from me, please tell me at once.
Respectfully, I decline.
Why? It's a simple order. I really must know.
Speaking of your orders, there was a task you gave me earlier which I have yet to carry out. Excuse me.
Wait just a moment. I just hope he's not hiding anything too worrisome.
He has a corpse in a bathtub that said that you smell, and he had to deal with it. Someone disrespected you, and he had to chop it up and throw it in a bathtub. It's gonna be okay.
Linhard, at least try to do some training. Use a staff, or a rod, or a broom, for all I care.
My apologies, but I cannot train right now. I have plans for later and don't wish to tire myself. Caspar invited me to train with him, you see.
You slept through the whole debate, didn't you? Fine, I'll summarize it for you.
Not the whole debate. I closed my eyes only after I knew what reading would cover the topic.
There you are. Don't tell me you were sneaking out to do some training.
Of course not. I was sneaking out to avoid you. How did you find me this time?
A mere coincidence. Why would you wish to hide from me?
Because you're an awful nuisance? Why do you pester me so?
To ensure that your talent is not wasted due to your lack of...
It's none of your business how I spend my time or how I use my talent. Have you assumed the role of my mother? You overplay the part. She was only half as overbearing.
What is the matter with you? As house leader, I'm trying to prevent you from causing trouble for yourself and our classmates.
Fine, I'll try harder. Really. I'm sure you see all this as my interfering with your duty as a leader. Have you considered how it feels for those of us who serve below you? You are a serious pain, you know.
How so?
You're like a mother who insists on accompanying her son to his own knighting ceremony.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
No.
I'd say that it's putting it lightly.
Yes.
All your interfering is greatly hindering my research.
I see. Very well. You've made your perspective perfectly clear.
Feels good that, you know, he was able to make his feelings known. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hubert?
Yes?
I wanted to thank you for the other day. You know, when I fainted. Thank you for carrying me back to my room.
That was nothing. It saved me effort in the long run. Leaving you there would have just caused even more trouble.
I guess that's true. Well, thanks. There, I said it, and now I'm going.
Is this why you've been circling me like a vulture for the last several hours?
Vulture's a bit... well, yes.
Yet you would have fled if I'd approached. It seems you will avoid me at almost any cost.
Well, that's...
You don't need to say it. I know. I'm frightening. I'm told so often.
Please don't laugh like that.
Keep laughing like that.
Apologies. I will be mindful not to laugh in your presence from now on.
The grin of death itself. Terrifying.
You think so?
Oh no, now you're angry too.
Hardly. I'm sorry to have frightened you.
No, you're not. It's a trick. You're lulling me into a false sense of security. I can't stand it!
She's a lost cause.
I hate it, because I looked at Hubert in the past and I'm like, look at this stupid fucking rat. And now I look at Hubert and go, look at this stupid fucking rat. You know, the tone of how I'm going about it is much different, as you can see.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work. Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
Alright, rat. Go interact with female rat.
Hey there, Hubie. I've been thinking about our conversation the other day, and I've just got to know, do you really love Adie?
If it's one or the other, I suppose it would be closer to love than to hate. Why?
I knew it! That's why you work so hard for Adie. Oh, Hubie, I finally get you. You're just another servant suffering from unrequited love for their mistress.
You completely misunderstand. Unrequited love. Do I really look like the kind of drooling simpleton to have that kind of motivation?
I'd like to say yes, but I know you just argue. Fine, Hubie. Tell me your situation.
My situation is simple. I am walking a path.
Oh, do go on.
Everyone has a path in life. Lady Edelgard has shown me mine. It is just beside her own. So we walk together side by side. We stride ever forward, yielding to nothing and to no one.
So, you're sharing the same dream?
Bluntly, yes. But it's more than just a shared dream. I have many feelings toward Lady Edelgard. Gratitude, respect, awe, empathy, trust, hope.
Okay. I was teasing you, but I gotta say I'm just a little bit jealous of you and Adie. That you're able to embrace these feelings and stride forward along the same path. You're lucky, Hubie. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to experience anything so utterly operatic.
Why not?
Because I figure the best quality in a partner would be that they make me happy. And loving another is really about wanting to be loved. I'm pretty sure that's different from how things are with you and Adie.
Alright, moving on to My Name is Ferdinand von Eiger. Let's start with his C rank.
Ferdinand? Our professor is wanting to see you. He has much concentration right now. I will wait for him to be finished reading.
Diplomacy has an effect upon weapons development. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, Petra! How long have you been there?
A short time. You were devoting all of your attention to that book.
Forgive me, I was fully absorbed in my reading. I see you have been reading as well. Anything interesting?
I am studying the history of Fodlan.
A history book. What a keen student you are. And it's about House Hresfelg. Certainly a stimulating topic.
I am wishing to learn all about Fodlan. What is the book you are reading?
Oh, this? This relates to a little hobby of mine. The regional history of weapons development in Fodlan. Militaries have to adapt their weapons according to terrain and climate. And they have to keep up with technologies in other regions. It's very interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. I see why you would be enjoying that kind of reading.
Oh, does that excite your curiosity too? Perhaps you would care to read more about it then. This is just one of 18 volumes, and our library has the entire collection.
I give you my gratitude. Research of weapons could be a good reference for me. Oh, please take my apologies. I was meaning to tell you that our professor is wanting to see you.
Oh, it is not like you to forget something. suppose I ought to be going then.
Yes, it is a rarity that I forget something. But it is not impossible.
Next up, oh, I'm sure this will continue to get good.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
How would you notice he's wearing a
That burn
glove?
will scar you, know. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
He's wearing a glove. I'm sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
Dorothea!
Not accurate.
You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Not gonna lie, I rolled my eyes when I first got a hint of what her storyline with Ferdinand was gonna be about. Where it was like, oh, I get it, she's a commoner, so she hates nobles. Let me roll my eyes until we're out of this. It's getting a little better, but not by much.
Bernadette, if you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
My nemesis! The hour of fate!
I forgot about this.
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay. I like truces.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did. I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine actually.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do. And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe a little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself. As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did. I have always strived to be a good person, but I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble. Yes, Bernadette?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing, but you shouldn't say things like that about yourself. It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need. But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try it a little more.
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again, because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything. So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
Hey! Come on, that was serious! At least I got you to laugh.
I think she's making good progress.
Hello, Bern. Oh no, what did I do this time? Did I offend you? Is this your revenge?
No, not at all. I just want to talk.
If you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want.
Bern, I've just been worried about you, that's all. When I said I was your friend, you ran away, saying something about your father. Remember?
Vaguely?
I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, maybe I could help?
Oh, I don't know.
Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're safe to tell me.
All right. My parents told me never to befriend a commoner. They said commoners are scum, and that they'd crush any that tried to come near me.
Hang on, scum? They called me... commoners. They called us scum?
Yeah, but once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. A boy. When my father found out about him, he disappeared the very next day. I heard he was found beaten half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone, commoners especially.
I never knew that kind of thing really happened. You hear stories, sure, but... Oh, Bern, I'm so sorry. I'm proud to be your commoner friend.
Dorothea!
Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. If your dad tried to beat me up, I'd return the favor and then some.
Return the favor?
When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with the most wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I broke those guys' arms. Snap! It was a thank you for all the trouble they went through trying to hurt me.
You're incredible, Dorothea.
So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Bern?
All right. Yeah.
I mean, you already knew she could defend her, so she's like level 14 or something. You could probably tell from that. Hey, look, we're done, which means I'm done. That's always the mood once we get through a big block, ain't it? Yeah, that's gonna wrap things up for today. I would hope that you would join me next time where we do a pretty challenging mission. I remember the next one. This is the one with the switches and shit. So yeah, we got some stuff to do with this. We'll see what we can do when it comes to rescuing Flame. And we'll do that next time. Thank you so much for watching Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'll see you next time.